Welcome to the Pod Bay Door.
Hello out there in the verse. This is the Pod Bay Door. Please join us every Tuesday for informed discussions on new and upcoming movies, games, and tech. And if you love Las Vegas, stay tuned because as Vegas insiders, we can give you a unique perspective on its history, provide insider information, and reveal the unknown secrets of our town, Vegas. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. We're glad you're with us. And hey, if you get the chance, subscribe to us and give us a review on your favorite podcast platform. Also check in with us on our YouTube channel at the Pod Bay Door Podcast.
What is a podcast?
It seems to run on some form of electricity.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Bond. James Bond.
I move for no man.
Toga, 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 toga.
Welcome to the Pod Bay Door. We are at thepodbaydoor.com. You can also find us on our new blog. It's thepodbaydoor.wordpress.com, or click right here, and you'll be able to do that if you're watching YouTube. If you're not watching YouTube, just listening, go to thepodbaydoor.com and click on the WordPress icon, and you can see all of the information that we're talking about, expanded interviews, expanded articles, and all the trailers that we mentioned. Well, I'll try most of the trailers that we mentioned. Coming up on this episode, we will discuss the final step of our Las Vegas series, Leaving Las Vegas. Vegan Vegas, the PBR 2017, and that's the Pro Bull Riders. Sam.
Not the beer.
Not the beer, but we'll talk about that too.
I'm not an alcoholic, I just don't want beer.
And we're going to talk about general planetary safety, of course, with the Topless Report, Nerd Alert, Gear Grinders, and Area 52. We absolutely... Hi, Adam.
Hey, what's going
Adam's
on?
here.
Hey.
Adam's here. All I saw was the Dallas Cowboy shirt, and
It was like, oh my God, let's go. What is that?
It upset
Blends
me,
right
and I
in.
just turned. That was it.
It's like, I have to acknowledge this.
But Sam's in the background. He's taking care of everything, taking pictures of us. That's disturbing too. What are you doing over there, Sam?
Social media master.
I pulled up our
Oh,
rundown.
I gotcha. We want to thank all of our listeners, everybody worldwide. I'm going to mention a few that are new, but everybody that listens, we can't thank you enough.
I always like the new ones.
Yep, everybody connecting to our blog. We just passed 1,400 on the blog.
On the blog, nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
I know.
Good, you guys.
It's
Good to hear.
amazing. People give a rat's ass about what we're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They like to hear about the trailers and stuff.
That's right. They love Vegas, and we love all the stuff. But we have new listeners now, the global listeners. I noticed we have new ones in Norway, and way more in Canada and the UK. Love those guys out there.
Nice.
And
Hello, welcome.
back on home soil, the first one we've filled one of our quotas. I got a blue mark on the United States map for the District of Columbia, old DC.
Oh,
out
nice.
there. Yeah,
Nice.
Got a couple folks out there, so hello, and another one. We had actually two more on our list are gone. Rhode Island. So hello,
Nice.
hello,
Okay.
Rhode Island
Cool,
out
very
there.
cool.
Yeah,
Let's
very
fill the
cool.
map up.
And if anybody, again, in D.C. and Rhode Island knows someone in Montana, I don't know what.
Still-
We have offended somebody in Montana. I don't know what
It's
happened.
too cold up there.
It's too cold. That's right. They're too cold.
Yeah.
They can't get their phones to work. But
No, it's not their fault. It's just bad Wi-Fi. Just bad
is
Wi-Fi.
it bad
Could be.
Wi-Fi?
Could
Okay.
be.
That's all it is, guys.
Can we get
Alright.
Google Fiber up there already?
Sure,
I mean,
sure.
come on now.
Nice, nice. Hope everyone had a good Halloween. We were talking about that in the pre-show. Sam, I think, was the only one that had even
It's plans.
the hint of a costume.
What did you guys do? You guys didn't do anything at all?
We did nothing. I did nothing.
I stayed at home.
I'm
watched
too old.
Stranger
Sam.
Things, bro.
Yeah. We turn our lights off and
Fair
make
enough.
sure that no one comes near us, and
There you go.
and take care of my poor dog. That's about
Well,
it.
nobody trick or treats anymore anyway.
Do they not?
No, I think I heard a couple of groups outside
Yeah.
at my house, but
What do they do? What do people do? What do kids do?
I call your bluff, Adam. I have to call your bluff on that one.
Yeah.
At my neighborhood, there wasn't.
Well, your neighborhood's dangerous, okay? There's too many white people.
Okay, well, think about the
Yeah.
king size, bro.
That's right. That's right.
No, actually nowadays, a lot of families do what's it called? trunk or treat.
Yep.
They meet up at like shopping centers, parking lots, and everyone pulls up to their
Oh,
cars.
why am I forgetting the football thing? Tailgating.
Yeah.
Halloween tailgating.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Halloween tailgating. All the family and kids showed up dressed. All the trunks are
okay.
opened up. There's candy ready to go.
Nice.
Little small group because all those friends that post pictures of their kids for Halloween, a bajillion pictures. But it seems
Gotta
like
have those.
Seems like everybody's doing that. It's a lot safer.
Yeah.
Now, Sam,
Well-lit areas.
I saw Facebook. I dared to go to Facebook last couple of days, and I saw you had a pretty cool makeup.
Oh, face paint. Yeah.
Yes. Now, was that the Punisher?
It was
Or was
actually
that just a skull?
last minute skull.
And you had two hot chicks do this? Is that what I'm saying?
Well, they're my friends. It's not like
Okay.
hot chick like that. I don't see them that way. Like they're family friends. But they did my makeup.
You
last
got to
minute.
help with the fantasy, Sam. You got to build up the story. Hot chicks making you look like a skull, and you got to
family friends, family gathering. They painted my face. It was a great time. Kept it very PG, nothing too crazy. It wasn't too bad at all.
Well, you look cool. I liked it.
It was a good last minute put together.
Yeah.
Like they literally
have a
grabbed
quick
whatever
costume.
they had.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I showed them the Skull Punisher and they did their best interpretation of it, which was fine.
There you
It
go.
was amazing. The only hard part was sitting there and getting your eye poked, because like you
With
gotta
the makeup.
yeah. Because when they put it on there, right, like the way they dabble it on, like you can't move because you blink, you're gonna ruin the whole damn thing. So I'm like, don't blink, just try to sit still. I'm like, oh geez.
Now, where did you go with this wonderful makeup?
At the house party.
She was a little house party.
Yeah,
House party.
nothing
You
too
know.
crazy at all.
The
Like I
one
you
said,
were there?
You know, the one that we weren't invited to.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm
'cause-
used to it by now. I never receive. I know it gets lost in the mail. Adam's insulted. He's offended. See?
Oh yeah, he's
I
totally
didn't have a
offended because
costume
he was
anyway.
busy stuck watching Stranger Things. I'm sure he was heartbroken.
I had to rewatch first season, man.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Like a little marathon?
Yeah.
Nice.
We'll get into that a little bit later
See,
in the
all
nerd,
of our-
the nerd alert.
All of our dedicated viewers are listening for,
I also
for
enjoyed
wild
candy
stories,
corn.
and we're not getting.
Yeah.
You guys, you
the
need
Las
to make,
Vegas, the wild Las Vegas parties
That's
and
right.
Halloween.
I'm sorry
That
that
was
we don't want to go out there and it makes so much sense to stay
Yeah.
home and do safe things, I guess. I'm sorry.
Which actually, I had to make a note here.
Yeah.
We said the Fish and Fantasy Ball was at South Point. It's actually at Red
Red
Rock
Rock,
now.
yeah.
So,
Wow, that's really far.
yeah. Seems
That-
like a random spot for it.
Yeah,
Since they
that's,
don't even have a nightclub
It's one of those
anymore.
probably contract situations. They got the contract for it.
Yeah, but I mean, that's far. That's far from where we're sitting in the studio.
But it's all the hot ladies there.
Well,
Well,
Red
It's-
Rock's
It's worth your time, sir.
Red Rock's pretty hot, but
Well,
actually
no,
they
I've
got
been
the little
several times.
the district thing over there,
Yeah.
and they got
Oh,
Yeah, that's
downtown
true.
Summerlin?
yeah downtown.
That's
Yeah.
true. It's Summerlin now. We don't like those people.
Yeah, right. Put their nose up at the rich.
It's hard to
snobs.
get a flight out there too. It's a long way. No, we joke about Vegas is 20 minutes away from everything.
That's
Pretty
true.
much.
Yeah, pretty
But
much.
again, thank you for clicking in and listening to us. We appreciate it, everybody, and we love the comments and the show suggestions. We get a lot of them. Again, the screen names we're boring. Adam and Sam, at Yahoo.com. It's boring. George Jungle 12. It's
Okay. It's a
yeah,
good reference.
George I'm assuming. He commented, "Thanks for the Vegas truth. You're very welcome. I recently had a conversation about some podcasts that talk about Vegas, and I was told that I may be a little frustrated with the lack of accuracy, and I'm sure I would be.
As far as their podcast
As far as their podcast, and it's primarily due to, or at least in the conversation, we thought it's primarily due to the fact that they're not from Vegas.
Okay.
So
They're not getting the real story.
yeah. So you're absolutely welcome for the Vegas truth. We try our best, and we talk about it as former industry mates. But George Jungle 12 said, "I hear it's turning vegan. Say it ain't so." I can't say it ain't so, but it's not. Vegas
Well,
is still.
we did just go over Vegas Steakhouse is
Yes.
the last episode, so
Yeah.
that's definitely not going away.
It's not like full on vegan assault. It's
Right.
just
Yeah.
the vegan options are out there
Yeah.
in Vegas, but Vegas is always going to be known for a foodie town.
Of course.
It's always going to
Yeah, we're
have.
gonna have a
its
little bit of
steaks,
everything.
It's meat. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And the finest of everything.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, this thing-
so if there's going to be a vegan restaurant that's going to be worth it, we're probably going to get it.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I think Vegas accommodates everybody under the sun.
Right.
Like there's a little thing for everybody.
Yeah.
You have a food allergy, sure. There's a whole menu dedicated to your food allergies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But as in going full vegan, nah. We're too far away from that.
Yeah, and I agree with Sam. Now, what I try to test. I went to TripAdvisor, which
Well, this is all you now, right?
This is all me.
Because you're
This is all me.
vegan now for a few
I
months
am.
now. So
I
so
am.
you gotta know these things.
Over 4 months. Over 4 months. Now, I try to test. I went to TripAdvisor. Of course, everything on the internet is true.
That's right.
That we'll just put that on a little thing on the bottom.
I'm currently face palming right now.
That's right.
Because
So I went to TripAdvisor and I went to the extortionists that like to call themselves Yelp.
Okay. Yeah.
And
'cause that's all true as well.
That's right. And if you don't pay, you don't get on there. So it's amazing. But I went to Yelp, TripAdvisor, and put in the vegan restaurants. I found it very interesting that most, if not all, of the vegan restaurants were listed that popped up were off strip. That were strictly vegan. Vegan. Now, the most interesting thing is that the rest of them, exactly what Sam said, they've now hybridized themselves because they have seen the vegan train coming down the tracks.
Yeah.
They're like, well, we're not
cash in on that boat.
We're not giving up the steaks, but we offer a full
vegan menu. Yeah.
They built a little station
Yeah.
for the vegan folks
Yeah.
to come on down,
Yeah.
take a look, take a little peek, see what interests you.
That's
in,
right.
Order.
Yeah.
And so you're saying the casinos haven't caught on to it yet?
The casinos,
have.
the restaurants and the casinos, the ones that are not owned by the casinos, like if they're privatized, like the Mario Batali and Legacy's restaurants, they have caught on. They know. I mean, chefs know. They may not agree, but they have to.
But
they
have to
accept
accommodate.
it. Yeah, exactly. But the two that I found were interesting. Veganation, which on both sites got fantastic reviews.
Yes.
Wonderful reviews. And the other one is called Komal. Both of them are on the opposite sides of the valley, but both got really great reviews. Both are fully vegan, and which brings me to my experience. And in advance, I will tell you, please click on this in our blog, and you're going to see a full article that I wrote about how I dared to be vegan. Now, I'm going to tease it a little bit. It's a lie. It's a giant lie. And here's what I mean. I'm going to preface it by saying I have lost 22 pounds. I feel good. But I was not, I didn't go to fast food. I don't drink my calories, meaning I'm not into soda.
You didn't change.
I didn't, and I had a good exercise regimen, but my wife and I decided to do this because I'm 50 and I don't want to be a fat bastard and subsequently a dead fat bastard.
For 50, does that mean 80s and millennial years?
Yes,
Okay.
it does. It
Just
does.
just in case anyone's doing millennial math.
Which means he's just falling apart. He's deteriorating right here.
I am the new 40.
Yeah.
Nice.
See?
He's got to keep his shape.
That's right. That's right. Well,
Whatever shape that is.
It's A shape, yes. Now, what I mean by it's a big lie, and I absolutely mean that. Now, by prefacing it, I am trying to say that I was a normal individual that was not in an extreme in either direction. And I am not affected wholly by documentaries that we watched regarding this or the research that we found. And so I approached it like a normal individual. I am not the guy that suddenly says, Sam, I don't eat anything with faces or had parents. I'm not that guy. I'm not I'm suddenly developed a gluten and bee and peanut butter allergy. I'm not that guy. I wanted to see if it would work, be healthier, if I could adapt my lifestyle.
You were curious. You were curious about it.
Yeah, that's right. And our friend from the show, Amelia, vegan curious or V-curious. But they say you're going to enjoy wonderful new exotic tastes. You're going to find it less of a burden on your wallet. And you're going to...
eating healthy in any way is not.
It is not. They're liars. They're giant liars. Vegans are giant, horrible liars. Yeah. It is not. Now the one thing that we've talked about before, and I will confirm it after over 4 months of doing this, is that... for a person who enjoys a wonderful stadium dog or a big juicy Five Guys burger, the exotic tastes are not a replacement. They're not exotic. They're weeds. You're eating weeds, and you can't substitute the meatless stuff because then you're just substituting whatever they found in the periodic table to make meat that's not meat. So you can't do that. You have to actually stay with the plant-based stuff. Natural comes out of the ground, you grow it. So the exotic taste, horseshit. It's not exotic. I still want a burger. Secondly, as you guys pointed out, very, very hard on your wallet. Basically, because you have to continually go back to the store.
It's got to be fresh every day.
Yeah. You know, and
nothing with preservatives, right?
So that's right. I have realized the wonders that are the portobello mushrooms. It's not a burger. You can make a portobello burger, but it's not a burger.
You got to kind of fool yourself.
Yeah. And lastly, you know, there's you have to get over the hump of being demoralized. You know, it's just like, well, that was it. That was dinner, and we're done. No dessert coming, and there's no. But I have to say, the article will attest to this, and please click on it. It's a great article. I have to say, preface it, and at the end, I feel better, lost weight, but don't let the vegans kid you. It's hard and expensive.
You got to put your mind to it, just like anything
else.
else.
That's right. It's an arduous process. Yeah. It's an arduous process.
Don't you have like a lot of option sauces to help carry you over?
Yes, and you have to figure out a way. For you, it's individual. It's an individual choice. You have to figure out, you know, okay, this is how I'm going to make it better, and whether it's cheating or not, if mayo is your sauce, go for it. You know, if you like French fries and mayo, go for it. But yeah, you're exactly right. Make your own sauces, fine sauces. Bobby Flay, he's big on the oils and trying to, you know, and make different things with olive oil. So you got to cheat somehow because it's just nothing but rabbit food coming at you. And it really is. Yes, you can make amazing things. You know, you can make a crab cake without crab. You make a burger without a burger. And yes, I mean, there are vegans that are friends of mine and that are listening, that are going to listen to this, that are going to say, I'm not trying hard enough. I say horse shit again. Because I'm a normal individual. I have a full-time job. We do the podcast. I have only so much time. And that's the thing about the burgers and the fast food and the Western diet. It has altered itself to make it easier for us.
Yeah, it's not a lifestyle to go out to McDonald's and get a cheeseburger.
Yeah, sure. I know Adam probably would say that he spends way too much time with Pizza Hut stuff.
Oh yeah,
you know,
way too much.
Yeah, way too much time.
I definitely agree with the lifestyle nowadays, because like, there are times where like, you know, you drive around town and stuff. Like, you notice around dinner time, the 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock hour, almost every single fast food place is packed with cars in the drive-thru. It's like almost nobody cooks anymore.
Nobody wants to cook anymore.
It's just like you drive by like Cars
easier.
Jr. or McDonald's, and they're like 8 cars deep. At 7:30, you're like, wait, what the hell's going on? Why don't you just go home and cook? But no, they're gonna spend all their money on the fast food because it's easier nowadays.
You know, and there's just the thing about there's an argument, of course. I mean, the meat industry and the chicken industry, and they all have competing documentaries on how the plant-based diet it's false, and you're accusing us of things that's not true. What they don't say is that plant-based and vegetarianism and veganism, what they can't say is it's bad for you. See, on the other side, they can say eating meat is bad for you because eating fat and all the other stuff that's involved, it is bad for you if you don't do it in moderation. And of course, fast food.
It's never in moderation.
One quarter pounder is not going to kill you, but how many Americans do you know that have 1 quarter pounder maybe a month? Or they only go to, you know, they have a bucket of chicken. You know, KFC is just horrific.
When I was in high school, I was at Burger King every day.
Yeah.
See, for me, when I was a kid, I remember doing McDonald's and Burger King only for special occasions. Good grades on my report cards or birthdays, and But as an adult now, when I have my own option, I did notice, like back in the day, I would do Jack in the Box or Taco Bell almost every other day because it's so easy, you know, nowadays.
And see, what people don't realize is that Vegas, you know, being sort of a hotbed of everything that's cultural, and whatever's new, Vegas adopts for as long as it needs it. And so we copy restaurants. We do this, we do that. I mean, we have New York restaurants, we have Chicago restaurants, we have international restaurants.
Yes.
And they're as expensive as their counterparts wherever they are in the globe. And so you can't go to Le Cirque and Smith & Walensky and Morton's all the time. It's definitely special, you know. And so And so you have to step down a notch, and then we end up going to the secondary versions. Now they're going to yell at me, but Outbacks, and Applebee's, Chili's, which are not good. Now, do they have vegetarian stuff? Yeah, but it's half-assed.
Their vegetarian stuff is literally just like either a pile of mashed potatoes or some celery sticks and some carrots or some lettuce they put together.
So if you're coming to Vegas, I would say, as a person new to this community, to the vegan community, it's going to be frustrating until you kind of get your groove. You find those restaurants that do. Tapas is still, very popular, and you can do a vegan tapas at many restaurants in many of the hotels.
There's a couple here in town too. Cinnaholic. Mm-hmm. It's a vegan-friendly restaurant. With, they do cinnamon buns, but it's all vegan-friendly.
Okay.
So you can always
get your desserts too.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. There's a little bit of everything, right?
I noticed too, like a few weeks ago, I was over at Red Rock, and on their happy hour menu at the Yard House, there's actually a vegan section, which caught me by surprise, which I thought was really cool. Like, that's forward thinking of them too, to include folks on the happy hour menu for
at Yard House,
vegan,
where they drink beer.
Yeah,
is that not against
beer
code,
rules?
the vegan code?
No, beer.
Remember, vegan audience does bring in cute girls, so you can't knock that part.
Well, I'm still saying, like,
beer doesn't
it's
go
a wheat or a hop, right? But
well, see, beer, it really depends on how strict you are. For example, I gave up dairy.
The sauce.
Yeah, I gave up dairy, eggs, pastas, and everything else. But the beer goes into the gluten thing, which I'm not going to get into. The hops.
That's for next week's segment, right?
No,
we already covered.
Next week's segment is called "What's Gluten with You?"
That's right. But if you haven't seen What's with Wheat, or What the Health. So What's with Wheat, What the Health. Watch those. Now watch them with a grain of salt, because
literally just a grain of salt.
That's right. That's right. And the sodium's a whole different issue. But the documentaries were made by, of course, anti-meat people, and the documentarians aren't great. They're not. You don't aspire to their lifestyle, because they're kind of the man bun kind of.
Nice. So they're hipsters and they're just not quite.
However, the data, especially in What's with Wheat, very, very interesting. Now you have to disseminate it all and figure out how you feel about it. But again, this was part of my decision-making process. But What's with Wheat, What the Health, and check in at the Pod Bay Door blog, and you can see the full article and all the clickable links. Sam's favorite is back, Topless Report. And it's actually something I missed, and I'm sorry to all of our listeners. But a little bit further back in October, one of our classic shows, The Crazy Girls, marked its 30th year in Las Vegas. I was astounded by that.
That's quite
30 years it's been in town.
Is that what your friend is dancing in, Crazy Girls?
No. Kristen, she dances in Fantasy at the Luxor. Again, an outstanding show. Not as old as Crazy Girls.
30 years.
Yeah, 30 years.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is currently now performing or being produced at the Sin City Theater at the Planet Hollywood. I am not a fan of their process of ticketing and lining up, and it's awful.
That hot mess?
Oh, it's horrendous.
Yeah.
So please go to the Planet Hollywood. Please enjoy all the shows. There's Crazy Girls. There's Zombie Burlesque. There's a Four Tops review, a Motown review. There's so many really cool shows. I think there's 9 shows.
They still have Evil Dead, right?
Evil Dead the musical.
Yeah, that one was really fun.
Yeah.
If you sit in the first 5 rows, those are the
you
splash.
Get some fake blood.
Yeah, the splash zone.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, because especially like the thing is,
it's like a Gallagher
like
show.
a mini O.
if you're into it, they won't splash you that much, right? But if you're one of those fans that's too busy on your cell phone and don't care what's going on, they will just buckets of blood on you because you're not paying attention to the show. It's so hilarious.
It's like Gallagher with blood.
Yeah, right.
There you go.
Nice. But
Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid. But please absolutely go. But please keep in mind that there is no worse line process, ticket process, VIP process. It's horrendous at the Planet Hollywood. I don't know why they don't deal with it.
I don't know. Could be worse than DMV.
DMV, you can make an appointment now.
What, Disney World?
I have to go next week. Yeah. Or
Oh, you have to go DMV?
November 8th. I made my appointment.
My condolences, my friend.
No, you make an
It's
appointment.
pretty easy
It's
now,
pretty
actually.
easy now, yeah.
As long as you go to the right one.
That's right.
American Pacific over here. it's
Stephanie.
like-
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it's a ghost town.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a ghost town, but don't be discouraged when you go there. Yeah, and it seems absolutely chaotic. It is chaotic, but there is ultimately a process where you get your tickets. Now, that's where Crazy Girls is, and I got some fun facts. I didn't realize any of these. There's a whole the clickable link for this one has all 38 fun facts.
Are they all about?
They're all about Crazy Girls.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
sweet.
But I picked out 3 that I found interesting, being having seen it twice. And it was the first all-female topless review on the strip. I never knew that.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought there was something.
Yeah, I would think it would be
yeah.
like the Showgirls one.
I know. No, it was the
Yeah.
first all-female now. All-female. So I
Oh,
think that's the
all-female.
caveat.
Okay,
Maybe that
all-female.
separates it. There was we have to look this up. I have not found the link, but we will have the link ready when this comes out on Tuesday. And 2008 movie was produced with the Crazy Girls called Crazy Girls Undercover, and it was about the Crazy Girls cast thwarting a terrorist attack for and with the CIA.
That's okay. So is this
Self-proclaimed a B movie. It
I was
actually
gonna
said a
say
B movie.
this was like a produced movie, not like.
Oh, it was
an
actually a
actual
movie.
event.
No, I believe it was actually a movie.
Not like an actual event though.
No,
Like,
no,
It
no.
wasn't like an actual CIA.
No, no,
like
this
they were
was-
like
this
going
was
to
a-
based on true
strip
story?
clubs
It was
like
no,
that.
not a true story. It was a B level film.
Oh.
Well, duh. And but yes, it was called Crazy Girls Undercover. I will do my
You gotta get Kelly Schwartz on this one. He
Kelly
probably knows
Schwartz.
who made it.
That's right.
Yeah.
And there'll be a link to whatever trailer I can find. Check with us on our blog. But I can't imagine how bad that is.
Oh man,
It's probably gloriously bad.
it's probably gonna be one of those movies.
That's
Probably
right.
one of those like a drinking game.
That's
like
right.
you say a certain word, you take a shot for every time
Yeah.
you say that word.
That's right.
Whenever something bad happens,
That's
like
right.
terribly bad in this movie.
It is the crawl of Las Vegas showgirl shows. Somebody in here likes Krull.
No, I know Krull.
You know Krull?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
It
Do
was
you
a
remember the
terrible-
movie
It was
Krull?
a terrible 80s
Sam?
movie.
Trying to remember it right now.
Oh, it's horrendous.
Who was the cast?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, there's a bunch of nobodies.
Yeah, nobodies.
Bunch of nobody.
Krull, Krull. I'll have that link too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
it's horrendous.
It's good.
It is just horrendous.
If you ever thought of like the cheesy 80s like sci-fi
Yeah.
movie, that's
Yeah.
it.
It's like the Flash Gordon.
Yeah.
The new Flash Gordon.
No.
Oh yeah.
Yes, yes,
Oh yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Or Beastmaster.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I love me Beastmaster when I was a kid. Guilty pleasure.
Same type, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Tawny. What was her name? Tawny. Not Kitane. That was OJ's guy.
Yeah.
Tawny something. Yeah, she was gorgeous.
And Beastmaster.
But Beastmaster was just awful. But number 3 on the fun facts for Crazy Girls, back to Crazy Girls, the cast is spray tanned multiple times a week for the show. Not a lot of people can say that about their job.
Huh. They
Yeah.
get some free spray tanning.
That's right.
That's pretty good because you don't go outside in Vegas, so I get that.
True.
That perma white.
But
I just got to become a stripper, I guess. Then
that's right.
Free
That's
free
right.
spray
That's
tanning.
right. But yeah, spray tan multiple times a week. That
Huh.
would be awful. I don't know. You'd be orange by the end of the week.
Well, plus that smell, that weird smell from the spray tan. Oh,
Have you guys ever been spray tan? Ever?
No.
I did one time.
Yeah.
no, I
Yeah,
haven't.
it was as
Did it
bad as
work
you
at
think.
all?
Yeah,
No.
you're right about the smell. It's just
That
bizarre.
smells so bad.
You can't place it. There's something about it.
Well, because like when we used to work
It's
at
like a bad
Manly Bay,
lotion.
when I used to work at a Manly Bay spa,
Mm-hmm.
we leave that spray bottle or can for
Yeah.
the guests to use on a tanning bed.
Really?
And that smell, like
Yeah.
I can still picture and know that smell in the back of my mind because when you spray down the machines themselves,
Right.
it sticks on a rag and it becomes this like brown goop, and you're like,
Yeah.
it's so nasty.
And I felt flammable. I felt like
Right?
I was worried that someone was going to light a cigarette back in the day.
I would always tell
I'm gone.
always tell like my staff members wear gloves when you clean that bed because that thing
Yeah.
is freaking gross.
Yeah.
The spray tan beds.
Interesting. No thanks.
But congratulations to the Crazy Girls, 30 years.
Impressive.
Very impressive. I know that the Crazy Girl butt shot a classic poster here in Las Vegas. I think there's like
The
9.
bronze statue, right?
Yeah, and the bronze
Yeah.
statue, but the butt shot that's on cabs today have caused many an accident. So congratulations to all the girls and crazy girls and the producers. Also in town right now is the PBR. No, not Pabst Blue Ribbon. PBR 2017 Pro Bull Riders. I believe it started on the 1st. Lots of concerts. Bull riding championships. Many questions to
It's
me.
a big festival.
Huge festival. Huge festival.
Every year.
Now, do I like it when it comes? No. It is a fantastic. It brings a lot of money, lots of fun. If you like the country atmosphere and all the country concerts, good Lord, it's your mecca. Do I like it? No, because it goops up our traffic. All the guys in their trailers and the horses and this and that.
But they're all pretty much located by South Point, though.
South Point.
South Point's where the big equine center is.
Yes,
yeah.
exactly. So, and which is a really great place to go and watch it.
Yeah.
Pretty convenient. It's not bad. But what people ask me what it's like. Well, I have had the pleasure of attending it while I was working. I photographed and filmed this several times in the last decade. Crazy exciting. Love it. I know there's a lot of detractors and PETA and everything else, and I hate to see that, them protesting. And I don't have an opinion regarding that, so I'm not going to say it. But as far as the excitement and the fact that you have no idea the size and the aggression of these animals, it's so amazing to watch and especially photograph. Very challenging to photograph. But what is it like? Gosh, if you've ever been to NASCAR, it's a lot like that.
Sure.
It's a very cohesive group, a community, and I think it's. Have you guys been? Have you guys been to a PBR event of any type? Yeah. Okay.
Funny enough, I was at one of the Comic-Cons at South Point. At the same time, they were doing the rodeo right next door. Like, because they're in the same convention kind of space
same
in the
vicinity.
area.
It must have been crowded.
So it was interesting because you got the comic book geeks and you got all the cowboys and they're kind of mingling in this one little area out front of the convention space. Right.
It's the diversity of Vegas, basically.
And the only bar was inside the rodeo space. So you had all the nerds going into this one bar.
Wow.
Break. It was very funny.
So they had their nerd buckles and everything?
Oh, yeah. And it was cool, though. They, like you said, though, a lot of interesting events. They were doing
I'm sure a lot of the
horse
cowboys
barrel racing and stuff.
were interested by the lady cosplay.
There was a lady Death Strike.
Nice.
And, her very revealing outfit.
Yes.
And she was sitting at the bar and she was chatting up all the cowboys.
Sure, she was. Oh, yeah. Yeah, for ladies, it's fantastic because if you like cowboys, it's the place to come. And for guys, including the cowboys, I didn't know about the cosplay thing. That's an interesting interaction.
Yeah.
But if you like cowgirls, oh, my.
Little Southern Bells. Man.
Oh, my. Yes. It's the town is full. However, and all the dealers listening to this, if there's dealers listening, and for all the people, cowboys are very nice.
They're seeing the eye roll from me and Sam here.
Yeah, they're very respectful. They're nice guys. It's good to have them in town. We love to have them in town. They are stiff as a board. Yeah. They don't tip.
They're the ones that don't.
They spend all the money getting the horse here.
That's right.
Yeah, they're not going to gamble. They spend too much money already.
That's right.
They're looking to get that cheap beer special.
That's right.
2-for-1s on those pitchers. And then
you can't really blame those guys because, a lot of the year they're traveling and they're traveling with their family.
Yeah.
So when they do come out, they're already paying for parking.
Right.
And the rental space for their RVs and whatnot.
Absolutely.
This does not mean that you shouldn't know how to tip.
That's
no, I'm not arguing about the tipping part, but I'm just arguing on the part of
they
them
spend
gambling.
A lot of money.
Because they won't gamble at all. I know that for a fact. Those guys, even if they do, it's like a small percentage, like maybe 2% that would gamble.
Yeah, and those are the oil men that come over and own everything.
Yeah, they don't have the money to gamble.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why they don't tip, or they have all the money and they.
Yeah.
Speaking of tipping, a little later in the show, very interesting. I want an opinion from you guys regarding the tipping. In fact, it's coming up. Yes.
Oh, no.
Yes.
There we go.
But PBR, Pro Bull Riders, I absolutely recommend coming and see it. It is exciting. It's fantastic. If you've never been, you'll see things that you've never seen, and they're fun. And but traffic and lots of people cosplay. I let me know if that ever happened. I need to see that cosplay and rodeo.
Picture opportunities there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But like you said, Sam, the only in Vegas. you got cosplay. You got Thor Ragnarok right next to a guy riding a bull.
That's right.
Amazing.
Only in Vegas.
Only in Vegas.
That's a good segue.
Speaking of only in Vegas, our final section of our Vegas how to negotiate Las Vegas like a real person, leaving Las Vegas. These are my opinions, and I wrote them in advance. Sam and Adam did not know what I was going to say, but these are my opinions, and so jump in if you think I'm absolutely wrong. But my opinion is on your stay in Vegas, maybe your first or 10th or whatever, you've been hard on yourself. You've drank a lot.
You partied a little.
Your cosplay outfit is ripped. Your makeup is dripping down your face, and you've lost all your money. So you got one day left. So what do most people do? Drink and gamble. I think you should not do that. I think you should plan your last day to be relaxing, sober, and focused.
Hopefully the pool area.
That's right. Yeah. Hopefully, yes. If you're here during the summer or springtime, hit the pool. Don't do a cabana.
Are you sure about that dirty water?
Well, sure. Yeah, there was a lot of chlorine. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. Stick your feet in.
And then bring a bottle of Perel.
That's right. Stick your feet in. We've discussed that before. But I think you need to just make your last day relaxing, because then you're not devastated when you go home. And then you have to then you have to go right back to work.
You're not still drunk on the plane ride.
Exactly.
But they give you free drink coupons.
That's right.
Don't you want to use them?
That's right.
You're not coming back for a year, so you got to use the free drink coupons.
Exactly. The whiskey that you tried is still oozing out of your pores.
Right.
No, you don't want that. And if you must gamble, this is my opinion, you want to play games that you have control over, and that other people aren't going to affect you. Blackjack, stay away from blackjack, because the minute your last day, you're going to get guys on the hooks that are idiots. They're just
going to be throwing down bets
that
and not
screw up the decks.
Yeah,
don't do that. You're going to play Keno. I know it sounds funny, but play Keno, because I recently won on Keno. I won almost $800. And
wait, you gambled?
I did.
What?
I did, and a terrible place, Laughlin, Nevada.
Oh, I used to live in Laughlin.
Yes,
man.
yes.
I know all about Laughlin.
No, and it wasn't because of car trouble. I actually went to Laughlin.
What was your free drink of choice? Water or iced tea?
No, you know what? I played Keno in Laughlin while I'm going to call it dining. You can't really dine in Laughlin, but I was at a cafe in Laughlin, and I said, and my wife and I were there and with relatives, and we said, oh, what the hell? And so we took a crayon.
Yeah, you just mark a couple of random numbers, right?
And
a couple of birthdays.
Sure as shit. There it was, $800.
Nice.
I hit.
What'd you spend on the card? Like $2?
$3. I did it was a $3 special, 5 for 5.
There you go.
Nailed it. And see, that's the one. That's the one I know.
And see, that's a good random win. You're not
right.
invested too much into it,
right.
to where like you need the win.
That's right. Exactly.
It's bad when you start needing the win.
Yeah.
Like if you just randomly win, that's cool. You just walk away.
Now, my second suggestion, that's a game where you have a little control. You're not affected by other people.
It's that you don't have any control. Really.
Well, yeah,
it's totally
true.
random.
It is random, but at least you participate.
You control the numbers, Adam. You control the numbers you pick.
That's right. You participate. You do your little crayon. The little Keno lady comes up, which is becoming. I mean, a lot of people don't even know what Keno is anymore. Do you know the name of the thing that spits? That's digital now, but the thing that spits out the Keno balls. Do you know the name of what they call that? The wire thing.
I don't know the actual name.
It's called the goose.
The goose?
The goose. The Keno goose.
Because everyone's looking for its golden egg?
Yeah, I think so. It used to be called the goose as well in bingo, but they really don't use the same machine. But the Keno goose. But the other thing I say to do on your final day, and because it's something that a lot of people don't do because they're afraid of it, they're intimidated by the whole situation, and the people that hang out in the sports book are schmoes. They're either runners for the mob or they're guys that day in and day out.
Supposed runner for the mob.
Sure.
Until all pending cases have been resolved.
That's right.
But till then,
yeah.
They're friendly folks.
Yeah. Well, the mob
they
controls
keep to themselves.
Yeah, the mob picks up our trash.
The wise guys, the people that know people.
And so there's old curmudgeons there, and there's guys that don't leave. I mean, they're just seemingly there 24 hours a day.
Man.
Yeah. So go bet on a horse, and specifically, if you want some fun, bet on what's called harness racing. and that's where the horse is attached to a small harness and then a cart, and there's a jockey on the back, and they don't their cadence is different. It's not a full gallop. It's actually the horses are trained only to go at a certain pace, fast, but they can't do a full gallop, and it's called harness racing. And one of the places that I love to go and spend the afternoon and having fun, and you won't spend a lot of money. You could sit there for like Pie Gal. You could sit there for like $20 for the whole day. Is called Maywood in Chicago. And I've actually been to Maywood. It's a fantastic place to go. It's so fun. But don't be afraid of it. The ticket runners that are at the desk and the desk people, they will help you. They're actually not dickweeds.
It's a little confusing.
Yeah, it's a little confusing. You know, you got to learn how to lay your bet down. But once you do, then you're interactive. Then you have something else to do rather than just waiting for the cards to turn over, waiting for some drunken guy to throw the dice. You know, and you can watch the horse. You can pretend to handicap. You know, handicap is a lifelong, you know, a learning event, but it's a lot of fun. So I recommend that highly. How about you guys?
For last day in Vegas?
Yeah.
Go ahead, you go first, Adam.
What would you do as to satiate the gambling?
Oh, satiate the gambling. See, that's tough. Like, I mean, I would go to a poker room. I haven't really done a whole lot of, you know, horse racing, but, you know, it looks interesting.
Yeah.
The sports book, like you said, it's kind of a little confusing at first.
Right.
You got to, you know what the lines are and what the numbers mean.
Yeah.
But they'll help you out there.
Yeah. A majority of folks at sportsbook are very nice.
Yeah.
Because they know they're going to take your money. So they'll be nice to you at least.
My only real advice is to go in with money that you're already willing to lose.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Or the house's money if you've won before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Money that you've already written off. You know, don't go in there expecting to win.
Don't expect beating the house.
Yeah, the house has odds in every game. That's why they make money.
Yeah.
So that's my only one thing.
Yeah, but you want to have fun, and as an aside, most sports books, most now, right outside or inside, have a hot dog stand. And honest to God, grab a hot dog. They're really good.
There's always specials.
There's usually Hebrew National hot dogs. They're really, you know,
Nathan's.
They're fantastic. So
and they're like $1.
Yeah, they're $1.
These places.
Also,
grab a dog.
Also with the sportsbook though, it's almost a little bit of a dying art, which is interacting with people nowadays. Because a majority of the sportsbooks nowadays, they tell you, "Oh, download our app."
Yeah.
Like you basically go into sportsbook just to confirm your ID and put money down onto the app itself.
Like you don't actually make a ticket out with the guy at the counter.
But nowadays, a lot of it's just off the app, which kind of sucks because like the whole point of coming to Vegas is to go to sportsbook, interact with the bookie, you know,
exactly,
get the rundown of the day or the gossip of the day, and figure out what you want to do. But now they just throw everything onto an app, which kind of sucks, you know.
Yeah, and you can actually see that you've seen it 100 times in movies. You can see the 150-year-old man standing there watching his horse lose, and then rips up his ticket and throws it on the floor. You can actually see that happen.
But he'll also buy a hot dog because it's only for $1.
That's right. That's right.
See, that's the good part. For me, the best way I recommend to wind down on the last day of Vegas, I'd say personally would be people watch. You know, grab a buddy, grab a cup of coffee, grab some lunch or a newspaper. You know, hang out by the little area and just people watch and just so you can reminisce of either you were that idiot or you were the lucky guy that wasn't that idiot that did that one thing.
I was there last night.
Right exactly, just people watch.
So Sam's absolutely right. You need to be able to form your own story. This could be your only trip. This could be the only trip that you take. This is your big trip. Some people
a lot of folks bucket lists.
People don't go to vacation a lot, so to come to Vegas and while out, that's
and to say that you saw Dirty Pikachu throw up in the Bellagio fountains, it's classic. Yeah, it's
a memory you'll never forget.
That's right.
Exactly. Especially when you have it in your phone, you're like, oh, I'm good to go.
That's right.
I'm going to post this online.
That's right. Yeah, take pictures of this, and so you'll have it forever. Now, you all, like Sam said and Adam said, you want to leave with a good feeling. And you want to come back. Now, if you have the opportunity to come back, we want you to come back. We love having all of our people here. But to do that, you need to do certain things. You need to pack early. You don't want to pack the day up because you want to use that last time. You want to make sure to check your room for all those items that get lost. The number one item, I always, as a concierge, I lost my charger.
Yes.
And also in Lost and Found, in any hotel, but especially the Venetian for some strange reason, Lost and Found, of course, is controlled by security, and you have to prove that you own the stuff. But there were boxes of chargers.
Yes. Everywhere. Yeah. Like, I can definitely tell you firsthand, every place that I've worked at, in every area, there's always one box dedicated to just all the lost chargers, like the lost roll of chargers. So
see, as long as you never, like, if you lose yours, you always have a backup.
Oh, definitely, definitely. It's so easy because you just reach over the box. You're like, oh, this works. Okay, cool. Got myself a free charger.
So now you're ready.
Yes.
You know, you've packed. You got your charger. Everything's good. Now all you need to do is have fun until it's time to grab your car, hit the cab stand. Now, I'm going to suggest one thing. This is where I want your guys' opinion. I recently saw on a Twitter feed. I won't say who it is because I'm countermanding their instruction. Tipping the housekeeper. Now, the Twitter feed, the tweet said, you know, why would you do that? They're being paid. And they're being paid well. I think I may be quoting wrong. You do it because it's a classy thing to do, and of course you do it if it's appropriate. You know, to improve performance is sort of what tip means. But it's you know, if they went above and beyond, or if they really. And the other reason is because we are all, but especially you're the listeners, you're all pigs. And it's disgusting. And
you've stolen the little shampoos anyway.
That you've stolen the shampoos and a couple of bucks.
And the towel.
And the towel. And not the robes anymore because they're like $100.
They'll charge you for those.
But think of it this way. If Adam had to clean up after clean Sam's room after 4 days, it's disgusting.
Right.
Not that you're disgusting, but we're all pigs.
Most people on vacation,
but
you're not
housekeeping wise.
Yeah, and because of what happens here stays here, that whole mentality. So the humanity.
Nobody's cleaned up after anything.
Our humanity is left at the airport, and we come here, and it's just we're destructive. We don't care. It's not ours.
Yeah.
So you know, I'm not saying we're peeing in the corner, but it's a classic.
Actually, that does happen in housekeeping.
I'm trying to make it sound good, man.
Just being honest.
Yeah, I know. But see, it's a classy thing to do. I still do it in all of the hotels that I frequent. Yeah. And a couple of bucks isn't going to break the bank, and it's a nice gesture to the housekeeper.
It's being polite.
It's being polite.
It's just being polite.
Yeah. So
I mean, in 4 days, how many times did they come and clean the room?
Yeah.
Fluff your pillows.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
The only stipulation, like the one and only minor stipulation, would probably be is if the person that came to stay in the room, right, literally only stayed in the room twice out of 4 days because they're too busy gambling.
Yeah.
But even then, just throw a couple bucks. Yeah. Like the average for housekeeping is the average couple should leave at least just a $5 bill on the stand.
Yeah.
You know, and that's good enough for them.
And if you have a lot of luggage,
no matter the length of the stay.
Well,
no,
say
I don't think
right. One flat thing. Right?
Yeah, one flat thing.
$5.
Yeah, $5 works. Or if you're staying for multiple days, like $2 here, $2 there, you know, throughout the days that you've been staying itself. Because I know folks that work in housekeeping, and some hotels do pay well, some hotels don't. But honestly, at the end of the day, they put up with a lot of people's shit, literally. Like, in all forms, from finding clothes, when you ask for extra towels or blankets, or some people will come to the hotel and get butt-ass naked and do some of the raunchiest shit in the hotel room just because they know they can get away with it thanks to the hangover. You know, it's like, no, dude. You have manners. You weren't raised by a pack of wolves. You were raised by human beings. Like, know your manners.
Don't leave the room.
That's right.
A pigsty. Leave it how you.
Because you get nice guests.
You
get rude guests. And you get guests that just don't give a crap. Like,
that's right.
There's been times where housekeeping knocks into a room and there's two consenting adults doing their thing, and it's like, you should have hanged the sign. Because I can't unsee what I just saw.
Yeah, and see, people always think that they always say, you know, with the rock stars that we have in town and all the stories about trashing the room, that's a whole separate issue. You know,
yes.
That's property damage. That's just acting a fool on a daily basis. Sam is absolutely right. I have seen it firsthand. The biologic problem. The maids actually have access to like hazmat stuff.
Yes, there's hazmat suits.
Disgusting. It's awful.
There's also certain protocols where like if there's certain types of other bodily fluids, they're not even allowed to touch it because they're technically not qualified. They're not CDC, so they actually have to call a supervisor, who then calls another special group that have to come in and clean it out. And that's a whole nother day wasted just because they have to fumigate the room for certain biological situations. It's pretty gross.
Yeah, it's terrible. So yes,
that's what happens when you know too many people in the industry.
Oh yeah, no, people have no idea. Now, is Vegas different than a different markets, hotel systems? Not really. We just service a whole lot more people at any given time.
Yes.
We
get the widest range.
Yes,
of people
exactly,
too, so.
exactly.
Yes.
And I will tell you, and there are differences in hygiene levels around the globe. And everybody's, you got to admit that, Americans are different than Germans and Germans are different than Japanese. And so there's a different level that is acceptable. So either way, these poor ladies, like Sam said, some make pretty good salaries or hourlies, some don't.
Yeah.
And so of course, give them, and your bellman, if you have enough luggage to actually have a bellman come up and get it, I don't know, $1 or $2 a bag.
Yeah.
It's usually the thing, and again, you can actually give the little lady a tip if you want extra towels, if she's there with her cart or a mint or this
that's
or
another
that,
thing.
or turn down service
with housekeeping. Like if you tip them ahead of time, they're in your pocket.
They're gonna take care of you.
Yeah, they're gonna take care of you.
Yeah.
Just like I told all the listeners before, like if you tip your cocktail waitress ahead of time, you're set. So if anything,
that's right. You throw her a $5 right away, and then all your drinks.
If
are
anything,
gonna be better,
you're hooking yourself up. You're planning ahead.
Yeah.
If anything, you're ahead of the game now, knowing to tip ahead and taking care of everybody else.
That's right.
You look like a big shot. Yeah. Everyone's gonna wonder, man, what did this guy do?
Exactly.
Tell them in advance you're gonna pee in the corner,
right?
And you'll be taken care of.
You give them a little note, like, okay, this is sober me. Drunk me is gonna be a little different. So here's how you wrangle him in.
That's right. Well, after you take care, well, who are you partying with, Sam? You're concerning me. After you take care of your people. And it's time to go. Hit the cab stand, grab your car, and head out.
Leave early.
Oh my
gosh, yes.
Leave early.
Don't wait last minute, folks, please.
No, because we may be only at any given hotel, you're about 15 minutes from the airport, or
quote
closer.
Unquote.
Yes, but
in driving, but
we have freeways that can suddenly and shockingly become locked up, and you will miss your plane.
Yeah,
many people have missed their plane.
For me, being a dispatcher, I cannot reiterate that enough.
Yes.
When I tell the guests, when they stay in hotels, when they come out to Vegas, have fun, but
please be at the car an hour early or
exactly.
whatever,
That's right.
When my driver's on site, when he's code 3, when he's on location, he's ready to pick you up and get you to the airport. That's his job.
Right. He don't want to have to wait on you.
If you're late and then you get mad at him, he has all the right in the world to take his time because that's your fault. You were late yourself. Like when folks call down or call us to ask another 10, 15 minutes, we're like, that's fine. But if you hit the 30-minute mark, I have to charge you more. And then they get mad. I explain to them, well, in our process, you set a timeline for 1 hour. You didn't book it for an hour and a half. So when you hit that 30-minute mark, I do have to charge you more for an extra 30 minutes, even though
you're taking my driver's time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Even though you might have used an extra 2 or 3 minutes, it's going to cost you money just because you've already been warned.
Yeah.
It's not my fault.
You've been warned.
Absolutely. So leave early, head out, and then save a couple of bucks in your pocket, as we've said before, to play that one last
final slot machine.
Because
the $800 bingo.
That's right. You never know. They're not necessarily loose or stiff machines. They're pretty good machines.
Yeah, but they just get a lot of action.
Yeah, and if
play
you're
the ones on the end.
Yeah, if you're in a relatively close domestic flight like LA, you can. They're right there. I mean, all the gates are right there. There's a nice little slot carousel, and you can play all your favorites. Yep. But play that last machine, and don't play it here in town. Play it at the airport. I swear to God, it'll make a difference. It'll make it a little bit more fun.
Yeah, just another part of the story.
Now, if you do all of this from all the way from your flight to wherever you're coming from, get to Vegas, enjoy Vegas, and then leave Vegas, I guarantee you're not going to leave like Nicolas Cage and leaving Las Vegas.
Oh no, not even close.
Or Miss Elizabeth Berkley and Showgirls.
Yeah.
You will not be hitchhiking your way out of here.
Oh, also to our audience listeners, they should definitely take a lot of pictures of their food and send it to Jamey on his blog. Just add all the pictures you want. He loves seeing your pictures.
And you send those to Sam at But everybody, come to Vegas. Enjoy Vegas. We have so much to offer. We have cosplay. We have rodeo. We have food. We have steaks. We have a little tiny bit of vegan.
Right.
But it's there. You just have to find it.
But plus, there's always a marathon too in Vegas. There's always some sort of
There's always
run
somebody
going on.
running. Yeah.
Some sort of marathon.
Running from the cops or running from charity or something.
Well, plus the outdoors too. Folks should know. Like,
that's right.
A lot of people have this concept of Vegas. It's all slot machines and all buffets, but no, like you actually go out to Red Rock.
Yep.
There's nice places to hike, relax, take in Mother Nature.
Yep. Red Rock Canyon, Valley of Fire, Mount Charleston, Lake Mead.
Yeah,
we promise there's outdoor activities. We promise.
Oh, there is one time a year, well, several times a year, but one time a year where you literally can water ski, snow ski, hike, boat, ice skate. And
kind of go fishing.
Kind of go fishing, yes, and enjoy all the outdoor things within anywhere between 20 and 40 minutes from town. Mm-hmm. Absolutely, definitely.
Plenty of golfing too.
Yeah, plenty of golfing.
Very true.
Golfing.
Adam, do you prefer the regular golf course or our new modern Top Golf, the fancy one?
Top Golf is cool if like you have a group of people and you have an event. Right, and you go there to have a good time. It's kind of like a club scene.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
I haven't been there yet. That's why I'm curious.
Adam and I are going to go on
going there pretty soon
next month.
Yeah. Oh, nice!
December 12th.
Are we doing a podcast there?
No, we are working. We're working for one of our clients at Top Golf. They've rented the entire floor. I'm not a golfer. I'm a drive a bucket of balls guy.
Right.
Okay. So that's more of Top Golf. I mean, it's a video game. I mean, you can play games and stuff like that. But
tons of games.
Not being
and
a golfer, I don't know. What do you think?
I prefer
Adam's
actually getting out there and playing on there's just so many different variables out on a course that you don't get from hitting off a mat or hitting.
What about the view wise?
well, there's two different views there.
Yeah.
You got the scenery in the regular golf course. You got the club view. Yeah. Obviously.
Now our Top Golf has the distinction of having, I believe, the only one in their company. We have a pool. We have a swimming pool.
I did not know that.
Yes, in our Top Golf. Yes.
I didn't know that either.
Top Golf
on the roof.
Wait, where's the pool at?
Second floor. We're gonna. Adam and I are what we're doing. We're filming on the third floor.
Okay.
The pool's on the second floor.
So the pool's not out there where you hit the ball and
the pool. No, it is. It is actually the pool is quite near the bays. They call them bays.
Okay.
And it's it's right there. I mean, obviously you wouldn't want to do that in the winter, but it's a lot of fun. It's right next to the MGM. It's accessible from the outside directly from the MGM. You can take the monorail, get off, and then you're right there. I mean, it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's pricey, $35 an hour or more.
$35 an hour.
Yeah, $35 an hour. Yeah.
It's like I said, if you go with a group of people and you rent out the bay and cut the price down a little bit, it could be fun.
Really, really good bar food. Now it is bar food.
It does have
but really good. But you're not getting a discount there either. I mean, you're looking at probably $5 to $8 a drink, which for Las Vegas for locals that's kind of a pain. I get a pain in my side when I hear that. But
you're like, can I just have water with lemon?
That's right.
Thanks.
That's right. But
that'll be $5.
But you do everything that we talked about, and I swear to God, you're going to enjoy Las Vegas. It's a great place to be.
You'll have a good time.
Don't let recent events bother you, don't let the strange marketing campaigns bother you either. It's a great place to come and enjoy a brief visit multiple times a year. But we love when you come, and we hope we helped you out, especially if it's your first trip. Now, speaking of that, I ran into a guy. I've made mention many times that I overhear people talking about Las Vegas. And I bite my tongue, I clench my fists, I get my drink, and I leave.
Your twitch is kicking in.
Yeah, I have a tick now, but I couldn't do it this time, Sam.
I'm so sorry.
He had to jump in and give his opinion.
I found
like Jamey would do.
That guy.
Hang on. Now, here's my question that I was going to ask you. Same for the audience.
Yes.
Did he have the prerequisites? Did he have a man bun?
He had a stocking cap over what could have been a man bun.
Oh, okay.
Stocking cap. Oh,
yeah.
So he was already pretentious off the
skinny jeans.
He was. Yes. Skinny jeans and a sweater, which
a cardigan sweater.
A little bit early for that.
Well, it was a bin sweater from the Buffalo Exchange. I mean, it was just Used. It was used.
Oh, I'm already rolling my eyes.
Yeah.
This conversation.
Yeah.
Vintage.
Vintage. Yes.
I can't do this segment. I can't do this segment. Oh God.
Unlaced Vans.
Nice.
Not just unlaced. No laces. No lace Vans. So he could step out of his shoes.
So he was just flopping around there.
Yeah. So he could. Like an impromptu yoga session, he could flip off the shoes.
How are you not able? How are you able to hold the drink? Because my drink would have been flying in his face. I don't
know. Maybe he had a hook in his beard. I don't know.
Oh, he had a beard too. Facial hair.
Oh, yes.
Man.
Oh, are you kidding?
Are we talking about?
Only be
are talking about a regular trim beard or like one of those like wannabe like super long gnome type beards?
You know what? It was probably going towards that. I believe the term they refer to it now. It's not new. People think it's new. Neck beard. It was a going towards a neck beard.
Nice.
Yeah.
Scraggly.
Yeah. Yeah. And that being said, he was the poster child for millennial hipster, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But he was speaking to a young lady who was not a representative of that generation. She was lovely, and she seemed to be very nice. And I tried not to eavesdrop.
Was she the barista or just another guest?
No, just his guest.
Okay.
They were waiting to get a coffee.
Poor girl must have been rolling her eyes. She was probably like looking for someone to help her.
Yeah.
That she had help me in her eyes.
Help me on the cup right under her name.
Jamey had the cape on. So.
Yeah.
My name is Help Me.
So I was behind them. I was next in line, and then I heard him start saying all these things. He was an expert. This was he was a one-time visitor. He comes once a year to Vegas.
Yeah.
And he's an expert. Not possible.
Knows where all the hot spots are.
Not possible. And he said he was talking about bottle service, booth service. Of course, those are at the nightclubs, and you can arrange those through VIP host or a myriad a number of ways. And he said check Groupon for the bottle service. No.
Negative.
No. You can't check Groupon for bottle service. So many reasons why that's wrong.
I don't think anything on the strip is.
Yes.
On
if you want to ride the indoor skydiving, check Groupon. If you want Topgolf, check Groupon.
That's true.
But not table service.
Not table service.
Because like the only thing that can come close to that on Groupon that I've seen was bar hopping.
Yeah.
Like a little thing where, hey, go check out these bars. Passes, but even then, there's no table service on Groupon, folks.
Yeah.
We're trying to let you know, properly educate you.
Don't be fooled.
So I did sort of
intervene,
interject myself into the conversation to.
How did you interject? Were you like, excuse me, good sir?
Well,
you should tip your top hat.
It wasn't quite Elizabethan language, but yes, I was.
Hey, dumbass!
I was very courteous. And instructed them how to acquire bottle service, and that was not it. He wasn't happy with me, but I was many years his senior, I assume. I'm assuming he was 30 at most.
Can't let him get away with that.
That's right.
Did you challenge him to a duel?
No. Yes.
I would have. I've been like, good day, sir. Good day.
Yeah, the duel would be a rousing game of Trivial Pursuit or something to test his.
But don't forget, though, you have to give him a participation trophy, too. Because if you don't, you'll hurt his feelings.
That's right.
It's for naught then.
That's right. I told him, Groupon was full of gluten.
And he still didn't believe you because...
No, he didn't believe
me. He probably would have said, oh, that's fake news.
No, I'm sure, he...
Adam's on a roll today.
That's right. I'm sure that he was quite insulted and everything else, but hopefully, and I won't probably do this again for many years. But
he probably didn't get a second date.
But you did the right thing, though. That's the best part. I'm glad that you did the right thing. It's just you may have ruined his date. You
should have left with this girl. That would have.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You may have inadvertently cock blocked him, but it's okay because then you saved her life.
Right.
You saved her life from a douche.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. But hopefully they took it to heart and went approached it the right way. But
I'll bet you he's probably blogging about you right now.
He's
as
probably.
we speak.
That's right.
He Instagrammed that coffee and was like, that rude guy behind me in line.
How dare he tells me what to do in Vegas? Yeah. I come here once a year.
I know all about Vegas. I'm from Cleveland.
I was. What do they call it? I was the subject of age shaming.
Oh man,
probably, and he
Dang.
was saying how old and awful I was, and an enraged tweet went out to his 50 friends, actual friends. So I don't know, but as Sam said, going back to what to do on your last day, people watch and look for that guy.
Yes, look for that guy.
Look for that guy.
There'll be more than one of him.
Oh,
There'll
they're
be
easily spotted.
There'll be one of that
Yeah.
guy in every nationality, every ethnicity. Like
for sure.
There's one of all of them. My favorite is the people watch that fanny pack guy. Because you're always guessing what is he
They're
carrying.
back.
Yeah, what's in
Fanny
that?
packs are back.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think they've ever left, actually.
No, they haven't.
Yeah.
They just, if anything, they left towards the back, like they tilted around behind them.
It's a
That's
niche
about
group.
it.
Yeah.
They went from the front
A
to the
side
back.
pack,
Exactly.
ass pack. Yeah.
No, but I enjoy watching the fanny pack folks. I always wonder
You
in
gotta
my mind,
you gotta
That's
stalk them until they open it, and then you can see what's in
Yeah,
there.
yeah, exactly.
Like, oh man, what does he have? in
because
there?
you got the fanny pack guy breaks down into multiple ways. There's the essential guy, Social Security, credit cards, ID,
Yeah,
cell phone, smart guy. The other one, just the party favors. Carrying like the weed, the edibles, like that. That's his goal for the day is to make sure he's set. And you got the one that's Mr. Dad. He's like stuck with this.
Got the
fanny pack.
wipies.
Oh,
and
now
the-
that's a
the
diaper bag.
Purell and,
Yeah. Now
Well,
what?
some of those guys like are on the go. They're ready to go.
Yeah.
Mr. Dad. They're like, oh, I got this for my kid. I got the Purell. It's like,
Yeah.
it's always funny. You see different groups of Mr. Fanny Pack.
Sure, and then the European counterparts with the man purse. Oh yeah,
It's a satchel.
it's a valise.
It was-
I heard a guy call it valise
He
the
had
other
to
day.
choose.
Sure it is.
It was a gift.
Which one would you choose, the satchel or the fanny pack?
The satchel, because Indiana Jones had a satchel. Bro.
Yeah, then you might be able to throw your tablet in there and say it's tablet
totally.
specific.
Yeah.
Sure,
No, there's no way I'm wearing a fanny pack.
but no, you can enjoy that last day.
Not even
You
with
can-
the 80s highlight colors from.
Yes, exactly. Members only, man purse.
Nice.
You can see them. Yes, you can see those guys. That guys in herds. Well, I don't know what do you call them. It's a murder of crows, herd of cow.
I don't know. We gotta
a
come up with
clump
one
of
there.
hipsters. I don't know what do you call them. We got to find that out. Everybody listening, let me know. What do you call a gaggle of hipsters?
It should be
That's
called
gotta
a
be
shame, or
Ooh.
Yeah.
a shame. That's all it's called.
There you
It's
go.
a pack of shame. That's all.
A nerd alert.
Nerd alert.
Sam, this is going to be a little bit on you because you're the only one that's seen Thor already.
How did that happen? Why didn't you go?
Because he wanted to go
Does he not invite you
on
anymore?
the other side of town, like literally an hour
Summer.
from my
But
house.
I didn't though. I didn't know about the Orleans.
And again, no invite. But that's okay.
Ah, you said you were
How
going
was it?
Friday. You said you were going Friday.
Yeah, that's true. Buddy.
See,
Yeah.
that's your fault, not mine.
You still went Thursday night. Anyway, how was it?
Well, I got a cool
I
cup.
mean, from the movie theater, yeah.
Yes, I
You
got a
gotta
cool
show it up.
Justice League cup.
But it's Justice League. It's
I
not-
did enjoy Thor a lot. I enjoyed it a lot, big time. I thought it was it was a good change of pace because all these other Marvel movies have been the serious, dark tone.
More serious than DC?
No, of course not. Of course not. If anything, they're the Diet Coke of serious.
Okay.
With Marvel, but
Meaning they have like a larger plot line and some serious drama. And this was the funny comedy version of what it could be, right?
This is the funny comedy version, just like it was with Ant-Man. Like it was a funny comedy buddy film. Hulk and Thor. They definitely changed up the pace. They altered the storyline a little bit with Hela. Added some new characters. I'm trying not to spoil this.
I
'cause you
saw a
guys haven't
giant
watched it.
wolf. It must be Fenrir, right?
I think the wolf was a probably inside joke to kind of poke fun at the Hulk movie with Ang Lee because he fought dogs too.
Okay.
In that one.
Yeah.
But like I said, there's a lot of layered jokes within this film itself. It's worth checking out in theaters. Definitely good.
So
movie.
you say it's like Ant-Man, and that was kind of a break from
the regular Marvel formula.
The Marvel formula in that all these world-ending events were happening, right?
Yes.
And then so they break off into this kind of a smaller,
World-ending event also.
well, kind of lesser-known character, you
Yes.
know, and they go at it from a different angle, the comedy view,
Yes.
right? So that's what they did with this movie.
Yes,
and it
definitely.
worked. And it worked.
It worked for me because I'm a comedy guy. I enjoy all the bad puns, all the one-liners, all the jokes.
The dad jokes.
Yeah. Like I enjoyed those because I make them myself.
So it was akin to Guardians
Yes.
in that respect.
Yes.
Okay.
Easily.
Okay.
The action was good. I already told Adam before we recorded the show that I went in with a small negative mindset because I'm the evil guy.
You're that guy.
I'm the
bad
guy.
reviewer, right?
Yeah, I went with a small little negative mindset because I was a big fan of Planet Hulk and World War Hulk. I have all the copies.
Comic books.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Like I read those, and I know they weren't going to do it justice because of the timeline and the constraint, and there's just not enough time because it's too much material.
Sure.
But
Dark
the little
Tower.
out on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
hashtag bittersweet.
Yeah.
But with this one, I got a little bit of justice from World War Hulk. There's little references here and there, but the gear himself, like the armor they gave him, the weapons he had,
Right.
it was really
Legit.
good. Yeah, and all the side characters too. They altered them just a little bit to make it more general audience friendly and family friendly. But some of the language in this film itself was pushing the envelope. You're like, man, this is a family movie.
You're like, this is a Marvel movie?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
This isn't like Logan where it was rated R.
Oh no. They tiptoed around going to almost PG-13 territory, but it wasn't that bad at all. Like the jokes were good. I think you guys will enjoy it. I'm just trying my best not to spoil.
What I was telling Sam earlier was like Logan, which I mentioned. They had this comic book, Old Man Logan,
Yes.
and they're not going to do it justice. It's so kind of in depth.
Yeah, they can't use all that material.
But they take what they can, and they still made a great movie out of it. And I think that's kind of what they did with here. They took those good pieces of World War Hulk and kind of dissected a little bit and made a good movie.
And they torque it into Thor's storyline, which works for me, And it also kind of touched base on what happened after Sokovia. So they do mention
like
that.
why he wasn't.
Yeah. They do
picture.
connect it all together, which is really cool. I appreciate the continuity. So the continuity is enjoyable. The storyline's enjoyable for me. Everyone's gonna have a different opinion, different review. That's perfectly fine. But for me, I'm always gonna be a sucker for anything that's 80s style, like either action or buddy cop comedy style. I'm totally there.
Well, this was with Marvel. Like they have such a big library now. They have the opportunity to take these movies and make them a little bit different.
Yeah.
And go with a different feel, the comedy thing, and try and make that work.
The only thing that was kind of a ding, in my opinion, or from my point of view, would definitely be I wanted more gladiator scenes and more development of Carl Urban's character in the movie. But that's me just being a fanboy, because I always wish it was more.
Who does Carl Urban play?
I won't give it away.
Oh, I can't give it away. Okay.
Yeah, just you guys have to watch it, enjoy it.
I was going to say, because he's not in the trailer.
Yeah, and then Heimdall was pretty awesome in this one. Yeah, so there was a lot going on, because they also not only mentioned the situation in Sokovia, but they also mentioned how Thor did go on his quest, and his quest does tie into this movie. So there's a lot of Easter eggs for you guys, and a lot of good cameos by Stan Lee and other characters within the MCU.
Of course, Stan Lee.
Of course. But you're going to love his role in this one.
Yeah.
It's just going to explain so much.
Well, old Stan's not getting any younger. They got to get him in everything they can.
That's right.
Yeah, they've been filming all his cameo scenes as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
Is he not well?
He's getting
He's like
older. and
92.
crazy old.
He's been cutting back on his conventions.
Yeah.
This past weekend, they did the Kamikaze or Stanley Comic-Con, however you want to call it, because it changed names again. But I think folks are knowing that he's getting a little older, because he did tell his daughter that he's going to cut back a little bit on his tours. So it's not a bad thing. Just Marvel's going to have to bang out all their scenes.
The poor guy, lost his wife, and she was like 93, 90 something.
Yeah.
And he's not far behind. He's but such a cultural guy.
Fingers crossed. He's a culture guy.
Yeah,
I still like the fact that he goes out there and still brings the magic, like that magic of every fan.
He's always joyous, He's always very positive.
I've yet to see him negative.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's always positive. Like, no matter, you can ask him the most hard-hitting questions. He comes at it with this, positive outlook on things, totally different. You didn't see it coming. You're like, okay, you know what? I like that way.
You're like, wow.
Yeah.
Didn't see that coming.
Yeah, I would definitely
insight.
I would definitely love to share a beer and have, hear his stories.
Oh, for sure.
I'm sure Stanley has endless stories.
Yeah.
But still, my favorite cameo, though, has to be Deadpool when he was the DJ at the strip club.
Now, did they have credit scenes?
Yes, there's 2 post-credit scenes. The mid one is going to lead into other territories of Marvel in space. And the last one is a comical one, which was okay. But the second one, or the first one...
It was like a Howard the Duck or something.
Or the Doctor.
something comedic.
strange.
Yeah.
Something comedic. But definitely the first one gets you excited for the future of
It's
Marvel.
setting you up for the next one.
Oh
Obviously,
yeah. Oh yeah.
Good.
Like
And
any nerd boy, it's gonna get it in a heartbeat.
And this is the third Thor movie.
Yes.
And
Yes.
also supposed to be the first of a spin-off of Hulk movies.
Supposedly, from what I read and so far seen online, is that this one and the two Infinity Wars are kind of leading towards the Hulk's backstory. So the next 3 movies are slowly just building up for the Hulk, because they're still debating if he's gonna get his final solo film or not.
Yeah, they made mention that they had plans of going to Netflix, but now with the Spacey effect, everybody's worried about Netflix.
Yeah, we don't know.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that threw me off big time this week. Like
Yeah.
I know we're going on a tangent, but
Yeah.
I'm really bummed out that
No more
Cards
House of
is
Cards
done.
for you.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, there's the whole. I don't know how I feel about the whole situation, but unfortunately, Netflix across the board is being affected.
Oh, it's done. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of shows are being pulled
Just
back,
abandoning.
and then
ship
a lot
here.
of celebrities are being pulled back from their other shows too.
Yeah.
It's a big damage.
I've got major concerns regarding what's happening right now. But
That could be a whole nother episode.
now, speaking of Netflix,
Speaking of
someone else
Netflix.
saw Stranger Things too.
Yes.
Yes.
Damn I didn't see it.
You haven't seen it. All right.
Yeah,
well,
you gotta hop on,
Sam and
buddy.
I
You
finished.
gotta hop on. You gotta hop on.
No, you haven't seen the first season either, right?
Oh no, I saw that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I
Oh,
saw
Should
the
we,
first season.
Well, okay.
should we start with the good stuff or the bad stuff first?
I mean,
I'm fine with either one.
it's tons of good stuff.
Yes.
All good stuff. One negative that we'll get to. Let's start
Okay.
with. We'll start with the.
We'll start with the goodies?
Yeah, let's start with the goodies.
Okay.
Obviously, it starts off right after season 1. It continues.
I think there was like a 1 year timeline, right?
Yeah, it might have been a little gap.
A little gap.
The same feel, the same great
Same magic,
80s,
same good
music and tone. They have the group comes together. They have some new additions
And
to
then
the
they
group.
split up a little bit throughout the season.
All the characters, you either love them or you love to hate them.
Yeah. They wrote it really well. Like, the characters that they wrote to be douche or assholes, they did really well because the actor and the writing went hand in hand and it was cohesive.
The thing that I liked about it was in the first season they had kind of the douchebag boyfriend Steve,
Yes.
and he kind of redeemed himself at the end. And now in this season he's kind of
The low man.
the good guy, and they bring in this other guy who becomes the new asshole.
The bigger
and,
asshole.
and he's the guy you love to hate.
Does Winona Ryder stop screaming?
Oh, no.
That
No.
irritated
No,
me
she's-
to
Oh,
no
no.
end.
That's her character.
Every
That's her
episode
niche.
screaming.
That's her niche, good sir.
Yeah. No, well, screaming and petty theft, but but no. Okay, so she still screams.
Well, her family's obviously the center of
Of course.
the
And-
universe.
And
if
the
you will.
strange little house cabin.
Yes,
they live
exactly. And actually, here comes the negative part. There's an episode which
Now, let me interrupt. You watched the whole thing?
yes,
You watched the whole thing?
yeah, it's only 9 episodes.
Oh, that was 13.
No.
Oh, 9 episodes.
And here's my negative. They take one of those episodes in this short season,
Okay.
and they completely go off book. They took
a different route.
They take 11, who's the little the girl that has the powers, right? And they take her away from the small town, and they bring her into the city, and they introduce her to these crazy, punked out, what do you call them? I don't know.
They're outsiders.
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 Misfits,
Misfits, right.
And they try and teach her how to use her powers. And
But to be fair, she was looking for her sister. The backdrop is that she was looking for her sister, 8.
Yeah.
She found her, and she just wanted to get to know her and figure out her situation, where she came from. So, it's fine. Like, my point of view is, like, I understand. It's totally different direction. Totally different style. They made her look like an outsider, like a bad girl and stuff.
yeah, they slicked her hair back and put some black makeup on her. And
It was a little bit weird, but I understood
totally
where it coming
weird.
from. Yeah.
it took my mind out of
Stranger
the
Things
context
universe?
of it was very breaking out of that universe. They took it away from the small, dark, dreary town into the city with lights, and then all these punk misfits was totally different than anything you'd seen in the show before. So I found it very distracting. I was, totally off-putting. It did eventually come out of the city, and they kind of abandoned that whole storyline.
Well, it's just one episode.
it's all-
I call it the training episode.
Yeah, it's like a setup for something you don't even see yet.
Yeah.
Down the road.
But for me, like I said, I'm nerdy about it. So I chalk it up the way my point of view was. I chalk it up to like any other 80s movie. There's just that one little moment of training montage you need. Just a little bit of training. She had to learn how to crane kick eventually, dude, to get to her special powers.
So you watched the whole thing,
Yes.
and was it clear by episode 9 that they have the crucial turning point season 3? I mean, are they going to have season 3?
Well, of course, they definitely set up for season.
They've been
3.
booked for 4 seasons.
They have been.
They're total
All right.
4 seasons.
All right. Because
Um,
the kids I noticed saw
Getting
them
older.
on
Yeah.
Kimmel, they're absolutely
Sure.
older. Yeah, it's fun.
Oh, they're sprouting.
They're about to
Yeah.
hit the puberty
Puberty.
and start
Right.
sprouting.
That's right.
Like I said, they brought in a new little redheaded girl. She's
Okay.
super cute. She joins
Max.
the group.
Man.
Yeah, her name is.
I think what they tried to do there was they took 11 out of the group, and they're like,
Yeah.
oh, we need a girl in the group now, so they brought in this new girl.
Okay.
And then they couldn't bring the 2 girls together because they're too
Not
similar.
yet, yeah,
so
yeah.
then they're like, we got to break her off and do this other stupid storyline.
Well, the thing is, like
Uh,
with this season, you can tell they purposely split the group
Mm-hmm.
for a good chunk of the season, just so that everyone kind of splits and try to get their own backstory going on. Like we see Will go in a different direction, and see Dustin go in a different direction too.
Yeah,
Like all these, Dustin and
Steve
Steve
were hanging out.
hashtag homies for life.
Yeah.
So was
so good.
much like the first season, was there obviously there's a continuation of the storyline, but was it a clean end?
Oh, no.
it was an end of
It
since
definitely
season
was.
one
It was.
nicely ended.
It was an end. They defeated the bad guy.
Okay.
Everything feels like it's done with. It's set,
Technically,
right?
yeah,
But
technically.
then they give you the teaser like, oh shit, that's it's not over
It's,
yet.
it's still going on. Yeah.
So
Because to be fair, technically the drawings is from the upside down world, not the real world. So technically they didn't win. Because you know how it ended, the screenshot where it showed the monster in upside down world.
okay.
So the drawing and the vision that he had was all based on the upside down world, not the real world.
I see what you
So
mean.
I think
The monster's gonna come into the real world.
yeah. So technically they kind of won, but it's a 50-50. It's like a tie almost. I think because the monster didn't come over to the real
It's
world
out
yet.
of the frying pan into the fire.
Yeah. But he's still on the other side, and the drawing and the vision was all based on the upside down. So we'll see how it plays out, but definitely it builds up for more. And plus the fact that they brought in 8 and there's 11, so possibly there's a branch off too, to where we can see where
Where's
the other
9? Where's 10?
Yeah, exactly. Where all the other
Were
ones
there
are.
any other ones before that?
I just hope they don't take the villain of the week formula. That's the route I'm afraid of.
See, I'm afraid this is turning into like an X-Men type of thing or an Inhumans thing where they're just going to bring in like random people with powers now.
True,
Yes.
that could be one of the routes, but I'm hoping they don't take that because the market's saturated right now.
Yeah.
Just do what you're doing now, which is stay in the realm of the 80s
Yeah,
and keep it funny.
Keep it with the horror and the suspense, and and lose out on the powers.
Yeah.
In that episode 7, like 11 meets this group of misfits, and they're almost like their own little
their own club already.
their own little brotherhood of mutants. I don't know. It's weird.
No, I understand. I respect that.
So out of 5 being the best, same.
I'm gonna give it a 4.5.
Adam.
Sorry.
I'll go with that 4.5.
Okay.
There was,
All right.
for the most part, I liked
Like
it a lot.
overall, it was very fun.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And plus to see the sheriff like taking care of 11, it's like dang, because like they do a lot of jumping around where they go in the past, then they're in the present, they're trying to explain how they got there,
Mhm.
which is perfectly fine. Overall, I enjoyed the writing, the chemistry of the cast,
Mhm.
the additions were good, changing things up. It was well done. It leads on to definitely more.
You want
And-
more. You
definitely.
end wanting
Okay.
more. So.
And freaking Bob, poor Bob.
They-
He had good jokes. I like his jokes.
They bring in Sean Austin.
Rudy.
Good old Samwise Gamgee or Rudy or
He went on
and,
another journey again.
and he was like the typical dad joke.
Spoilers or no
fucking-
spoilers? He owned Radio Shack, right? In the
He
show?
worked at Radio Shack.
He worked at Radio Shack
He was just a
he was a
nerd,
really sweet
but
guy.
He was a nice guy.
because like he was that sweet boyfriend
Was.
to Winona Ryder. Like he brought her lunch on our lunch break. Like he was a really good guy. Like you root for him because you're like, man, he's a good guy.
Yeah, and then he died.
Whoa,
Spoiler.
whoa! Don't spoil it for Jamie.
Oh, I don't care.
Okay, the reason he died is because he knew his tech.
He did his job. He
Yeah.
had a job, and he did it, and he saved the day, and then he died for it.
The warehouse itself or the facility shut down,
Mhm.
and he was the one that knew how to power back up, how to put everything in sequential order,
Okay.
and how to boot the computer system.
You remember Jurassic Park where Sam Jackson
There
had to
you
go
go.
down and
There
start
you
up
go.
the power
I
thing?
do.
All right, that's what he had to do. Unfortunately,
much.
there was a velociraptor there. You
I
know what I'm
gotcha.
saying?
or a as he calls it, a demi-dog.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, that was it was really good. You should check it out. Definitely
Cool.
pick it up. Last thing on the list, we'll do real quick on it. It's Super Mario Odyssey.
So good.
Just came out for the Switch.
Yes.
And Sam's got one.
If it's 5 out of 5 or 10 out of 10,
Yeah.
it's the full effect. The full 5, the full 10.
Read nothing but perfect reviews about it.
In the game, you really don't die. Like the mechanic, it's really smart. You die, but when you come back, you just lose 5 or 10 coins. And they even do a nod to Super Mario or Mario 64.
Yeah.
There are paintings you can actually jump into.
Yeah.
And jump out of.
I hear there's a lot of retelling from 64. A lot of
Yes.
that same vibe.
A lot of the mechanics you use in 64, like your jumps and your twirling, it's all there.
Yeah.
Now, is it more fun as a mobile or as a cast to TV?
It's up to you.
No, but I mean, where is it a better game?
Well, that's the thing with the Switch is it's both.
The
Switch but from
both.
what you're describing, though, it would lose some of its spectacular nature just on a mobile screen.
Nope.
No.
It doesn't.
Okay.
Because the screen's that good.
Okay.
Because the screen itself, it's a perfect size on a Switch. So I can jump from a 75-inch TV to a smaller screen.
To a tablet size.
Yeah, and it still works perfectly in your hand playing the game. And the cool part is the 2-player capability. So the second player is going to be the hat, and the hat's special powers to spin, and you can actually help your character double jump better.
So we have to explain it. Like this is like the big mechanic of this game is that Mario uses his hat to take over other beings to jump off of. It's like his multi-tool.
Yeah, and then also in this one, like say you're taking on T-Rex, you gotta beat the T-Rex down and have him hit a tree. You throw your hat and you become the T-Rex. You throw your hat, you become one of the Goombas. You throw your hat and you become whatever characters in the game.
So has Mario now in his new position? He's no longer the plumber. He's the electrician.
He's the Mr. Fix-It, everything.
He's a handyman. He's a handyman. He does it all.
Okay, so he's not just a plumber.
Is he still trying to rescue the princess?
Yes.
Yes.
Of course.
And in this one, you're not collecting stars. You're collecting moons.
You're collecting moons and coins.
And coins.
Yes. So it's still
die.
fun. And the music, they collect the whole library and brought it in. So like every music you're notice. And then there's also a
from
cameo.
like all the old Marios.
From
like
all the old
Mario
Mario
3
games.
theme.
From Super Mario 3, from the first Mario, from Mario on
Luigi's Mansion.
No, didn't hear that one yet. But there was everything else, and plus there's a cool character cameo. So it's definitely worth checking out.
Yoshi,
it's a fun game.
right? Yeah.
Nope, someone else. Good sir.
Okay.
But the cool thing is the menu of the map itself on the game is actually like a pamphlet. So when you pull up your menu, it's a pamphlet that's a 3-section pamphlet, like a guide park to like Disneyland and stuff.
Yeah.
But in Mario instead.
Yeah.
And I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was smart.
Now, I did read that in Super Mario 64, I believe there was 120 stars, full game. And in this one, there's something like 850.
Yes, there's crap.
So there's tons to do.
There's tons to do. And then also there's every level has a certain part that can't be unlocked yet until you beat the full game to get all the other powers.
Right, and you
to
gotta
come
come
back and use it. Yeah.
Okay.
So it was really smart. Like it's
So
really
you can
good mechanics.
put over 100 hours into this game.
You can do whatever you want, dude. Like the mechanics are so good and simple based. Like it's not too simple. It's just enough to keep you to keep your attention and actually keep you.
But no
involved.
boobs or explosions for Jamey.
Sorry. The
Not
only
in
boobs-
Mario.
It's not Nintendo style.
The mushrooms might look like boobs. Yeah. So for the listeners that are saying to themselves, "Gosh, Sam and Adam need jobs,"
or get a life.
yeah, I'm going to use that as a segue to Area 52. I have the perfect job. In fact, you might be able to play Mario
As we're doing it.
during this job.
Sweet.
Sign
me up.
NASA was tasked to create a job a while back, and it truly is the coolest job for nerds now, for Nerd Nation, for all the folks that have dreamed or dreamt of working closely with like the Men in Black. And they actually have to come to Vegas. This person, the administrator of this program, has to come to Vegas because it's one of the stops. And the current person in this role, I'm not going to say the name of it yet, is Catherine Connolly. And she is the Planetary Protection Officer.
Nice.
and she doesn't want to do it anymore.
So she's like Charlie in Charlie's Angels. She like.
She's she's like Rip Torn in Men in Black.
There you go.
Yeah. Now this is an actual position in NASA. And there are the three descriptions that I'm going to read word for word because I think they're wonderful. This is the description of the definition of the job.
This is what you're applying for.
Number 1, preserving our stability to study other worlds as they exist in their natural states.
I was preserving our ability.
Yes.
Not stability.
Oh, did I say stability? I apologize. Preserving our ability to study other worlds as they exist in their natural states.
Is this Star Trek? Sounds like Star Trek. Sounds like Starfleet
could
rules.
Be.
Right?
It could be. We could be.
Rule number 1 of Starfleet.
Right. Number 2, avoiding the biological contamination of explored environments that may obscure our ability to find life elsewhere if it exists.
Man. Okay.
They couldn't just say it. They had to qualify it at the end. I thought that was interesting.
If it exists.
That's right. And the last one, description of Planetary Protection Officer. To ensure that we take prudent precautions to protect Earth's biosphere in case life does exist elsewhere.
In case.
In case.
Interesting.
Yes. They couldn't commit. They had to stay on the fence. But this individual, Miss Catherine Connolly, is doing this job currently.
My question there is, what does that entail exactly?
Well, we're not sure,
because you have this note of $128,000 salary.
Yeah, $124,000 to $187,000 range of salary. We're not sure what Catherine makes, but she makes somewhere in there, and she's leaving the position. And for the last 3 months or so, they've been trying to find a new person. Now, obviously,
I can't imagine that there's like a lack of,
I don't know.
I'm sure everyone's applying.
I don't know.
But the thing is, there's so many applications, and I already visualize like people applying, but with like a D&D chart, all their abilities, and they're handing them in.
They're probably mostly just loons. I mean, just
oh
my gosh, no. But this is a very real thing, and they're go to our blog on WordPress, and you'll see a connection to it to see that I'm not making this up.
So you found these 3 outlines from that site.
They're on page 1. It says right there.
They didn't copy this off Starfleet's handbook. I'm just saying this sounds very familiar with Starfleet's rules.
No Star Trek, no Orville. This is the NASA site directly.
That is crazy.
Right off the .org, I believe.
This could be the beginning of Starfleet, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Because all these rules sounds very familiar with Starfleet's regulations.
That's right.
Or is that saying I'm too nerdy? Because
we've already said that.
Do you know Star Trek regulations? Do you know Klingon? You know
Klingon? Not anymore.
Keplach or whatever it is.
I only drink pumpkin spice stuff. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it's the cover.
You don't have enough hair to bun. But Planetary Protection Officer.
Hey, sign me up, man.
Sign Adam up.
Yeah.
And
try and beat me out of this job.
But one of the things I was reading in the article is that they have to swing through Vegas on their way to, of course, Area 51, and which is under the auspices of this position. And I just thought that was the coolest thing. But no, it's very.
So if we apply for this job, if one of us gets this job, we can't be in the podcast anymore. We have to sign all those
non-disclosures.
All those non-disclosures.
Yeah,
we've been working at Area 51. We can't talk about Area 50.
That's
Area
right.
52.
You would oversee it. Yeah, you'd be NDA'd.
I'll just show up on the show and be like, "Cannot comment.
Nope, no comment.
Can't talk about that.
No comment.
The next
and
one?
then some guy would walk out of the back and then duct tape you.
That's right. No comment. This whole world needs to stop commenting. They need to
stop tweeting.
Stop
please.
tweeting.
Yes,
please.
Stop tweeting, but listen to our podcast.
At least our political leaders need to stop tweeting, and all of our. Oh God.
That's an exciting job, though, knowing that your job is to protect the Earth.
That's right.
It's almost like Pacific Rim. You're like, give me a big robot. Yeah. Spend my budget. I need a big robot to protect the Earth.
It is Men in Black. It's absolutely Men in Black.
There's got to be some cool secrets there.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I think the funniest part, I'm just visualizing like the cool secret is that it's just the answer to life. Like, what's that?
Maybe you know.
Hitchhiker's Guide.
Hitchhiker's Guide, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's just a small little robot. You're like, damn, that's it?
Yep.
All right, I guess.
Yep.
Could be.
So everybody, click that link and you'll see it's actually a NASA sponsored position. and everybody can apply. Apparently, you need to be qualified. Well,
Or do you have to
Maybe.
be though?
apparently
Seriously?
not.
Maybe.
I mean,
Yeah,
our
exactly.
our agricultural appointee by the president wasn't
'Cause
qualified
I know,
at all.
I know a lot. I know a lot of folks with a lot of high-paying jobs that are not qualified nowadays.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes.
So we have a
Lots
chance.
of them. Yeah, we have a chance. We have a shot.
You have a shot. You have a shot.
I'll tell them that my special skill is just to know a lot of nerdy stuff.
Yeah, tell them you know all about the Men in Black, you know all about their weaponry, you know all
I'll tell
about
'em-
alien species.
No, here, I'll keep it Vegas. I'll tell them that my office will be in the poker room at the 2-4 table. Find me there.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Get your resume and your tinfoil hat, and you'll be ready to go.
Make sure you put the tinfoil hat on the resume just so they know you can make
Oh,
them.
That is true.
That's
That
right.
is true.
That's
There's
right.
an art to it, okay?
Show them that I can make a portable EMP.
Yeah.
Well, Sam, Adam, thanks for being here today. I had a lot of fun.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, sir. Thanks everybody for listening.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks everybody for listening. Check out our blog. It's the podbaydoor.wordpress.com, or check out thepodbaydoor.com and click on WordPress, and you can see all of the enhanced blog entries, and you can see the Planetary Protection Officer position and all the trailers we talked about. Coming up next week, we're going to have an interview with Chris from Faces and Aces podcast. He's going to talk to me about being a consumer of Vegas. I'm going to talk to him about what it's like, because all of us are vets. We know what's going on. I want to talk to a guy who comes here a lot and what he thinks about Vegas today. Also coming up on next week's episode, in answer to Dave, one of our listeners connected to me through WordPress, we are finally going to talk about the mystery that is the slot club card, and Sam is going to be a big part of that because he actually dealt with that. And I actually
So much fun.
Yes, I have an interview. The individual that I'm going to talk to, unfortunately, didn't want to be on camera or on filmed or recorded, but he said he'd talk to me about some secrets about that. So between Sam and our slot club Deep Throat, we're gonna let you know about the slot club.
That was a
cards.
mouthful. Slot club.
That's right. I gotta do it slow. But thank you so much for listening. Check with us next Tuesday and thepodbaydoor.com. See you, folks. Thanks to everyone listening and watching. You can catch the Podbay Door on the Podbean app or any of your favorite podcast apps, including iTunes, Google Play, TuneIn, and Stitcher Radio. You can watch the show on our YouTube channel at the Podbay Door Podcast. Please download, like, and subscribe. Our social connectivity screen is coming up. Check in with us on Facebook, Twitter, and WordPress. The Podbay Door is closed and talent is out. Hey everybody, thank you very much for tuning into the show. We would love to hear your show suggestions and comments. If you are watching on our YouTube channel, please click to subscribe. You can also connect with us on Facebook using @PBD Podcast, on Twitter using @TPBD Podcast, and on WordPress at thepodbaydoor.wordpress.com.